YouTube, what's happening? It's your guy, not your average trucker. Figured I'd drop a quick video. Had a driver do something silly, man. It really annoyed me. You know, this close to firing her because, I hate being annoyed. This particular driver, she had worked for me about 2 years ago. She had worked for me for a few months. Then, we parted ways. But anyway, a couple weeks ago, she hit me up needing a new job because she had went back OTR and she has a kid and OTR wasn't really working. And I didn't really have a real problem with her. More than anything, she was just, I don't know how to say it. She was just worrisome, man. She would text me all the time, call me all the time about simple stuff. And it's like, I'm one of them guys, if you work for me, I'll do anything that you need me to do. However, I just ask that before you call me, especially 3, 4 in the morning, exhaust every option before you call me, especially if it's something that's not major. Now, if you go out to the truck at 3 in the morning, truck won't start, yeah, I understand. Call your boss, let your boss know what's happening. But if it's 3 in the morning and you notice your headlight is out, how about walking to a truck stop, swap the bulb out, and if it still don't come on, then maybe say something to your boss. You understand? Or had an issue with her before where before the ELD mandate, I updated all the trucks with these tablets with ELDs in them. And, over the weekend, I had installed a tablet in her truck, left all the instructions literally taped to the steering wheel. So she gets in her truck, Monday morning, and she was about to head out. It was like 3:30, 4 in the morning, because she had an early delivery somewhere. It was like 2 hours away. She calls me 3:30 in the morning, like, hey, there's a tablet in my truck. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's your new log. So all the instructions there, your user ID, your password, how to operate it is right there, taped to your steering wheel. What are you calling me for at 3 in the morning? I just hate, I just don't like, I'm just an easily annoyed guy, especially with some common sense stuff. Like I said, if it's anything major or you got a breakdown, tire blowout, I understand, man. Call me, I'll take care of it. But simple stuff, man, try. Before you call your boss, try, because you don't want people thinking you're stupid, right? But needless to say, man, today's Saturday. So yesterday, you know, I rehired her. This is her first week back, literally. She restarted back with me Monday. And last time she worked for me was December of 2017. So we talking almost, a year and some change ago. Last time she worked for me, so she knows how I operate. I don't know, but anyway, she delivers a load down in Columbia, South Carolina. Then her next load is picking up in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So she's proceeding to her next load. And normally, like all my drivers, when they arrive at the shipper or wherever, receiver, wherever, they text me, let me know they arrived. Once they empty, they text me, let me know they empty. I send them the next load. Needless to say, she's going to pick up a load, and on my trackers, every time any of my trucks are in motions, I get an alert on an app, and I can always see where my trucks are, trailers are at any time. So I randomly track her, and I see that according to my software, she's like at the shipper. So I'm like, I wonder why she didn't text me, let me know she was there. No big deal. I ain't say nothing. It is what it is. And the shipper that she's at, she's only picking up like 3 pallets. So she should be in and out of there 15, no more than 30 minutes. I do that load all the time myself. So, you know, 2 hours pass and I look at the app again. She's still at the same spot. And I'm like, yo, I've been there hundreds of times. I know they don't take this long. So I'm wondering, what's going on, but she hasn't reached out to me, so I'm assuming everything's fine. Maybe they just a little slow today. Another 30 minutes pass, I get a call from her. Hello. Uh, I don't know how to say this. I'm really embarrassed. but I've been trying for 2 hours and I can't figure it out. I'm stuck in the mud. And in my mind, I'm like, stuck in the mud? That shipper, they have 3 docks there, but it's all concrete. So in my mind, I'm like, how the hell are you stuck in the mud? So come to find out, she hasn't arrived to the shipper yet. She's literally directly across the street from the shipper. She had missed her turn because the address for the shipper where your GPS will take you is not the entrance to the actual like loading, shipping and receiving area. So apparently she noticed the sign that says shipping to the right, but she passed it, and I guess she couldn't just back up. I don't know, but she ends up trying to bust the next left she saw onto this narrow ass street, and she thought she's in a sleeper now, and she thought she was just gonna bust a U-turn and go back. And in the midst of trying to bust a U-turn, her trailer was in the street, but the whole tractor was in the grass of this. It's a commercial area, so it was a business, but it looks like a house. The whole front of the truck sunk in the grass. And she had been trying for 2 hours to free herself. So I'm like, what? Explain to me the problem. So she video chats me, shows it to me, and I'm just shaking my head like, I know the area, so it's like common sense told you not to even bust that left on that street. That street narrow as hell. And you in a 53, dog. Like, what are you even thinking about? So she, I can hear the panic in her voice. She's already nervous. This is her first week back with me, so I'm trying not to sound angry. I'm trying not to sound aggressive or any of that, even though in my mind I am super annoyed. You understand? So long story short, I end up having to call a tow truck. The tow truck company was literally right less than a mile away. So they were there in like 10 minutes. Took them 2 minutes to free her. They end up charging me, $350. And I'm annoyed because on one hand, I had a driver before, one of my OTR guys. He lives up, about 2 hours from here. So on weekends, he's, over the road all weekend. He's home on the weekend. So on weekends, he would drop his trailer in this lot, in this yard somewhere, and then he would bobtail home. I didn't know this. I didn't care. He lives 2 hours away, and he was a family friend, which is why I hired him. So anyway, I always told him before I hired him, I'm like, listen, when you drop it, if you have to disconnect or park anywhere, because he wasn't parking in my yard, which is all concrete. I'm like, always make sure you're not parking in gravel and you're not parking in dirt, because no matter how sturdy you think that stuff is, you got a heavy load, you're gonna sink. He's like, yeah, I know. Needless to say, he had been working for me for about 8 months by this time. And he had a load that he picked up in Virginia that has to, be down in Florida. He picked it up on Friday, chill at the house all weekend, then, he got to roll out Sunday night so that he can deliver it on a Monday. Needless to say, he had dropped the trailer over the weekend. He had a load of beer, so you talking max weight. He like 45,000 pounds. He comes back out that that Sunday night, Sunday morning. It's early in the morning. Trailer has sunk. He can't get under it to connect to it. So I have to call a tow truck for that. Tow truck was like, to winch it out was like $700, and I told him, yo, man, I told you when I first hired you to never park on gravel, never park on dirt. So this tow bill is on you. So I made him, I took it out his check. I think I did like 3 installments. I didn't want to rape them all at once. So he ended up paying. Lesson learned, when you pay for it. I had another guy get stuck somewhere off of doing something silly. And, and the tow bill come. I make it pay for it, because it's like, if it's not my fault, like my equipment didn't let you down, wasn't a problem with my tractor, my trailer, it's like user error, then you're paying for that bill, because it's not right for me. I'm out several hundred dollars because of you know, something you did. You know what I mean? So here I am. They charged me $350 yesterday for this chick to get. I don't mean to call her chick. That's disrespectful, but for my employee to get you know, winched out of the mud. Didn't take no time, but I'm sitting here torn because when she called me, you know, begging for a job back, she had told me all the drama she had going on and her money was funny. So here I am with a conscience. I'm sitting here like, I got this tow bill, plus the owner of the property she was stuck in wants me to fix that. Yeah, it was just a patch of grass, but you know, she was sunk in it, so it was tractor only. So that tractor's my, you know, like 18,000 pounds when it's empty. And like, I got pictures. It's just several, I mean, it's several deep holes that, you know, she's put on his property. So he wants me to fix that. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know if it's because she's female, you know, I ain't trying to be sexist or none of that, but I'm feeling sorry for her. So I'm sitting here, I gotta ask my wife to make sure, you know, my wife is the voice of reasoning. I'm like, look, man, this tow bill is $350. Plus this dude is gonna need, you know, I'm gonna have to get somebody to bring dirt out to his spot to fill all these holes and level it out. That's gonna be you know, another several $100s. And you know, she's going through this. You know, she got a deadbeat baby daddy. Her money's funny from her last gig. You know, I'm feeling sorry for her. You understand? Like, I don't know. Should I still charge her? And I'm torn. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, like, it's literally not my fault. My equipment didn't let you down. It's nothing to do with my property or my vehicle, my trailer, my tires, my anything that caused you to do a bonehead move to try to bust a U-turn in the middle of a narrow ass road. Like, it's hilarious, man. It's like the things you go through with these drivers. It's like, yeah, trucking is cool. I make great money. But you just run across people that do bonehead things. And it's like, should I fire her? You know, she didn't damage my equipment. She didn't crash into anything. So first week back, you know, I got a lot on my mind, but this shit got not your average trucker. I figured I'd just drop a quick video and vent, man. But these drivers, man, what do they, you know, I'm a driver too. That's what makes it hilarious. It's like I'm a driver too, and you know, I'm in a day cab. She's in a sleeper. I'm in a day cab, and I would never attempted that. But it's your guy, not your average trucker, man. Quick video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. Holla at me on Instagram. Appreciate the support. You heard?